college pro football today.
It's going to open up Pandora's box, but I will say this. I do believe players that sign now, like Najee, should not be eligible now, but should have to sit out and come back in next year. It's just a slippery slope. And I agree with people like Tom Izzo. I don't like it at all.
College basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
OK Dubs has to go back to his roots. I'm not a Jets fan, I'm not a Giants fan, and neither one of those teams even play in New York. But I'm a New Yorker through and through, despite where my mail gets sent. And I will not stand for the Jets to be dragged through the mud in this way. Not going to happen. So Dante Moore, if you do leave, you should be so lucky to fly the plane.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
Maybe the fact was that the kicker just blew a 44-yard field goal. Now, by the way, I feel horrible for this kid, Tyler Luke, who made every single field goal this season 44 yards or less. But the extra point that was missed just before that by Chris Boswell was the only extra point that he missed all season long. So did they bless that same holy water when Boswell missed the extra point? Come on, guys. Let's get it.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The Steelers get their touchdown, and they miss the extra point. It was Lamar Jackson who made the plays to get the Ravens into what should have been easy field goal territory. So explain to me how in the world we can look at last night's game as, well, there you go, can't trust Lamar Jackson.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is In-Game Live Game Day on a terrific Tuesday evening. Scott Wetzel along with Gabriel Morency for the next two glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching, analyzing, and, of course, betting on the world of sports. Full slate tonight. Great show lined up. We got NBA with the trades. We got the games. We got hockey. We got college basketball. We continue our Super Bowl coverage. Gabe, in fact, in San Fran covering the game. We'll get to him in a sec. We got our pro football flag football game tonight that we actually put a couple of shekels on if your site happens to offer that. FanDuel here in New York doesn't. But we'll get to it all. First up, it is game time. What's betting you up tonight, Gabe?
Well, you know what? We've just arrived in San Francisco, and I tell you what, the media center is never this busy at this time of the night. I thought I'd kind of be alone here, and it's still jam-packed, as you guys can see and hear. And it's pretty cool. The Pro Bowl is actually across the street, same buildings center, but we're in the media road across, and the other building across the street is the fan experience. So, you know, the Pro Bowl, Scott, I took the over. We'll get right to it, man. I took the NFC. Bro, you got Jared Goff. You got Dak Prescott. You got Jalen Hurts. You got Puka Nacua. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got Jahmyr Gibbs. And the AFC has Shedeur Sanders. Give me the NFC, Wetzel. And you know I ain't taking the under in a Pro Bowl game. Flag football, tackle football, I don't care what kind of football it is. Give me the over, 109.5.
There are like 4 or 5 rules in betting you just don't break. I don't care if you're Tom Vecchio. You don't break these rules, right? You don't bet the under in an NBA All-Star game, and one of them is also you don't bet the under in an NFL
Yeah, I'd rather
Pro Bowl
cross
game.
zero to teaser.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it is flag football. So we'll get to the rules and regulations of this flag football because I want to know how they're working it today. But great lineup. We got Joe Osborne, covers.com. He'll join us in a little bit. We got Kyle Sopp, betting senior analyst over at PF and SNN. And then we got the coach, James Young, with a couple of NBA trades happening today. So we'll get to it all over the next hour and a half, 2 hours. First up, though, it is opening pickoff time game. Usual routine. I'm going to go college basketball to start these games tip right off. Give me the over 146.5. Indiana State at Evansville. Indiana State, one of my automatic over teams. They've been pretty good to us so far. They're not any good. Evansville isn't any good. Love betting overs, believe it or not, on two bad teams. Give me the over 146.5 to start.
I'll start off with the Pro Bowl since it's kicking off. And I tell you what, I'm giving up the Pro Bowl to be here with you guys, all right? There's the big media party tonight. And, you know, all the media bigwigs, guys like Pat Foster that are normally at the Super Bowl, they love the media night. Free food, free booze, Scott, right? And you know the media types. They eat this stuff up, right? Yeah. Like, so they're all media night. And I'm like, I got to. And then I found out, I was like, you're telling me the Pro Bowl is in the building, like right here, right now? And I'm like, no. And I got to pack, no. And I'm on the air. But I love you guys so much. I said, all right, screw the Pro Bowl. I'll bet on the Pro Bowl. And maybe I'll try to get in later. But to be honest with you, you have to show up like 10 hours in advance because it's limited space. But the guys, like I said, you got Jared Goff, you got Jalen Hurts, you got Dak Prescott, you got Puka Nacua. And these guys are going to take it seriously. They're playing in the Olympics in 2 years. All right? There's not for everybody. Seriously. Justin Jefferson's been very vocal that he wants to be one of the wide receivers, and so is Puka Nacua. Well, I'm looking for Puka Nacua to put on a show tonight in the Pro Bowl, guys, in this flag. And oh, yeah, they got Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. And, you know, the quarterbacks for the AFC are Joe Flacco and Shedeur Sanders, Scott. This could be a rout for the NFC tonight.
Yeah. Some breaking news here. Gabe. James Harden, as has been rumored over the last day or so, traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland. How about that? So Harden out of LA.
Every time we're on Media Row, it happens. Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, like we talked about it. The NBA, the trade deadline. So, what do you think? Garland for Cleveland's all in, Scott. Cleveland want to win now. Yeah. This is, so you got Evan Mobley, you got James Harden, you got Donovan Mitchell, you've got Jared Allen. It's a formidable lineup, bro.
Yeah. You wonder what the Clippers are doing because the Clippers are playing really good ball. Well, we'll talk to the coach about it.
17-4, Scott. The last 21 games, they blow it up.
And they blow it all up.
He wants an extension, Scott. He wants he's got another year. He wants another 2 years added to this. So you're going to be on the hook for another $120 million for him. And he is 36. I got my issues with Harden. We'll talk to the coach. We'll talk more about it. Let's get through the run through. This game's already underway, and unfortunately, it's all going well. Good news, bad news. I did like LaSalle tonight, plus 2.5 against Loyola Chicago. Both teams stink, but Loyola's especially bad. They're 1-9 in conference play, 5-16, and more importantly, for our purposes, they're 6-17 against the spread. One of the worst against the spread teams. Now they're trailing 12-0, so you're going to have to. LaSalle's off to a great start. What can I tell you? But give me LaSalle and lay a couple and a half points if you can get them there without being too crazy of a number. Well, I guess it's fitting that there's a pretty sweet shot, we got here. That's me being a pro, Scott. Nice. It's me being on on
using
the scene.
Your muscle.
I know how to set up and look good. Yeah, I'm I know how to set up and look. I'm like, give me this shot right here. Let's go. Yeah. But speaking of which, it's fitting we got Drake May behind us. Last night we gave you Connor Bedard. We said, listen, Connor Bedard against Macklin Celebrini. He's going to be fired up. Celebrini made the Olympics. Bedard didn't. Tonight we got another angle. Scott, you love the angles. Cooper Flagg grew up a Boston Celtic fan, grew up in Maine. His father, diehard Celtic fan.
Right.
First time he's playing the Celtics.
I like that.
Cooper Flagg over 20.5 points. Cooper Flagg over 20. And, dude, the guy's scoring 34, 40 a night now.
Yeah. You give him a little extra incentive. Another college hooper for me. How about Valpo getting 7.5 at Bradley? That starts in about a half hour. I think that's an 8:30 start. Valpo 13-7-1 against the spread, including 8-1 their last 9, which is pretty obviously good. Bradley, on the other hand, 8-14 against the spread. Valpo could win this thing outright. They're too evenly matched. Bradley's a little bit better, but not 7.5 better. That's for sure. Especially when you hear those numbers. Give me Valparaiso plus the 7.5 at Bradley.
And my last pick will be the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers over 1.5 in the first period of play. I actually like the Oilers tonight, guys, in this spot. I don't want to lay the 85 cents, but you want to put it in parlays. We were on the Leafs last night in Calgary, but I think the Leafs lose tonight in Edmonton. Give me the Edmonton Oilers, but let's go over 1.5 in the first period.
All right, my last one here. I'm going to go Chicago Bulls and the NBA laying 2.5 against the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm not sure why that line dropped. It was 3.5 earlier today. Then it went down to 2.5. The Bucks are just a mess. Ever since, listen, they haven't been good all season, but ever since they announced all the Giannis stuff, it's been awful. They lost by 40 plus the other night. And now you're getting 2.5 points or giving 2.5 points. That's down to 1.5 with the Bulls. I will listen. They got the trades here, so they're losing some players. Chicago, I get that, but I'll still take what Chicago has left after the trades than what Milwaukee has. Give me the Bulls against the Milwaukee Bucks tonight.
Well, so Giannis still not traded, right? That's the final sort of piece. I told you guys I didn't think he'd be traded, Scott. I think it'll happen in the offseason.
Yeah, they got it till Thursday, right? Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern time. Kind of a weird. I don't know why they wouldn't do like 5 or 6 o'clock and let the West Coast, kind of have Thursday too. But bottom line is, it's Tuesday or Thursday, 3 o'clock. So you got all day tomorrow. And
what
I'm
happened
guessing
with Utah and Memphis? They basically exchanged teams today, Scott.
I know. I know.
I'm like, so
8 players.
You both suck, and you both basically just traded each other. Like it was like you wife swapped or something. All right, you know what I mean? Like, you take my family, I'll take your family, and we'll both be miserable and move on.
Fritz Peterson and who was the other Yankee pitcher that did that back in the set? Fritz Peterson
they did
and
that, actually.
Yeah, who was the other guy?
One of them was still together. They lived happily ever after. The other one broke up.
No, yeah, they broke up. Yeah, family. They actually swapped families, literally teammates.
The ultimate trade.
The New York Yankees, yeah, the ultimate. That is the ultimate trade. So, some goofiness for sure. All right, so we got some college basketball. So hopefully we get some picks in. We got the LaSalle, we got Valpo, we got the Bulls, and we got the over Indiana State. We got hockey. How about a hockey matchup of all of hockey matchup? Buffalo versus Tampa Bay tonight. We got to get into that. Best two, hottest two teams in the NHL for sure. All right, in-game live continues here on the Grid.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize.
We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live game day here on the Grid. Hour number one of our 2-hour extravaganza. Me, Scott Wetzel in the studio, and Gabe Morency in San Francisco on site of the Super Bowl. Little radio/TV row there, Gabe. Give me a sense. What's it like there? You've been to a couple of these before. I've been to a couple of them before. Is it the same type of thing, or is there anything special about this one? How much fun is it? Who's walking around still and everything else?
It's the calm before the storm, but I can tell you what, it's busier for like earlier in the week than normally it is. I tell you what, like McAfee and Jim Rome was here today. I saw Jim Rome, but a lot of the big time shows kind of start on Wednesday here, and the big stars start to roll in on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday's sort of that big time. Friday is like wrapping up and people are sort of packing up, and you sort of have a couple of the main event type shows, but it's sort of the calm before the storm, Scott. But what I took away from the media night last night, which I was not there, unfortunately, and last year I was there, and in past years, I normally don't go to that, to be honest. I don't care. Like, whatever, dude. Like, it's normally not my thing, but the last couple of years, the network wanted us to go and get interviews and all that type of stuff. So, when I wish I did, because normally it's just a circus. So, it's a bunch of hot chicks and asking dumb questions and whatever. You know what I mean? TMZ, it's like a circus. So, but last year being there and meeting all the players, and I met a lot of them. Like, I spoke to probably about 10 to 12 players last year that were playing in a game, 5-6 Chiefs, 5-6 Eagles. And I could tell, Scott, just point blank, I was like, the Eagles are locked in. Eagles are locked in. Don't forget, the Eagles had been to a Super Bowl a couple of years earlier and lost, right, to Kansas City. Second time around, they weren't playing around. And it's very unique. New Orleans was very cool because the teams were staying with the fans. The Kansas City Chiefs were staying basically right on Canal Street with their fans. So you'd see the Chiefs around, and the Eagles were staying basically right near the casino. And, it would be the Eagles are here at the casino, but they're not really drinking, and they leave at 9 at night. And you sort of get the stories. Yeah, the Chiefs were here till about 1:30, 2 a.m. last night. Yeah, the Chiefs were here. You get used to it. Chiefs and all. Yeah, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Let's enjoy New Orleans. Everybody that I asked, and I just asked Adam Rank, who was a good guy from the NFL Network, and he was standing right here, right before the show came on. I said, hey, Adam, you were there last night. I said, who was more business? What was your takeaway from, the body language? And he said they were actually both kind of really dialed in. But he said Seattle was the looser team. The Seahawk guys were a little bit more outgoing last night than the Patriot players were. And this is funny, Scott, because last year when I was there, bro, I had to get my elbows up and stuff like that, like Akeem Olajuwon, man, and to get into the scrum. You've been in scrums before, right? Imagine a Super Bowl scrum, Scott, with Mahomes and these guys. Last year, I was I'm getting in there. Somebody told me, they said, Morency, you would have loved it last night. Scott, nobody talked to the Seahawks or the Patriots. They're both so boring.
Right.
So there was none of the freak questions or the TMZ or the hot girls asking questions. It was just a couple of football people asking. Somebody told me, they were like, dude, man, Mike the McDonald, the coach of Seattle, literally took questions for 5 minutes and then sat there alone for 25 minutes because it's 30 minutes. They were knowing what, people ran out of questions and walked away. The coach of the Seahawks was sitting there alone. JSN had some coverage. Sam Darnold had a bit, but everyone told me, they said, yeah, man, the Seahawks, had zero media coverage last night, basically. And it's kind of weird, Scott, because the Seahawks are staying in San Jose. So this is kind of today was the only day, or last night, excuse me, was the only day they're going to see San Francisco. Point blank. They're staying in San Jose. They're practicing in San Jose State. And you like conspiracy, Scott. Do you believe it or not that both teams didn't want to practice at the 49ers facility due to the power electrical plant, right?
Right.
That's sort of the thought process, because I'm thinking, man, you really must not want to practice next to the electrical plant if you're willingly practicing at San Jose State University.
Yeah.
There's high school complexes in Texas with nicer. You're in the Super Bowl, and you're yeah, San Jose State's going to be our headquarters. It's guys, it's really?
And you're not sleeping
you got the
out
49ers. You got the 49ers weight room, Scott. You got the whirlpools.
Yeah.
You got their complex. No, we'll go to San Jose State. And I'm thinking, you guys must really not want the power plant. And the Niners chose Stanford. Nice school, Stanford. They set up shop at Stanford, nice complex. So a lot of people are talking, and even people in the media were like, oh, they don't want to do the power plant. It turns out 10 years ago, the team stayed in the same hotels even. So they last time was the same thing. It seems to be the thing. San Jose State and Stanford.
That sounds like you put more credence into whoever's wearing white wins the Super Bowl, right? Although Kansas City lost last year. They're like, what was it, 15-4, I think I read. I did all my notes of these Super Bowl trends and everything else today, Gabe. And there's so many trends. It's just like, it's funny. It's an exercise in futility. It really is, because for every positive
Seahawks
New
are
England
0-2 in the blue uniforms, just for the record, Scott, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The one that they won wearing white.
Wearing white. There you go, right? And people like bet on this stuff. Or at least
And the Patriots have never worn the uniform they wore, Scott. How about that?
Yeah.
You want an angle? The
Yeah.
Patriots
What
have
does that
never
do?
worn what they're wearing before. The combination of the white and white with the silver helmet, the gray helmet, silver, etc. And Vrabel said the team decided, I don't care if they feel good, let them do it. That was the team. The team decided that's what we want to wear. White pants, white jersey, gray helmet. Let's go. Silver helmet.
Yeah. How about this? You know, going through all these things and not necessarily game related, but so we all know Belichick doesn't get into the Hall of Fame, right? So today or yesterday they announced that Robert Kraft didn't make the Hall of Fame either. And I'm thinking to myself, Belichick, okay, bad enough, but maybe you want to hold the flake gate, but what does an owner have to do? The guy's got 6 Super Bowls. They've been to 10 or 12.
Not get arrested, getting a happy ending, Scott. That's what an owner needs to do.
Well,
not get arrested,
that's
getting
true.
a happy ending.
Listen, the guy was 75 years old. That's a positive in my world.
I'm not judging.
I give him credit. I'd vote for him just for that. So
he's getting it. But you asked me, Scott, what's going on here? I got a great one for you, and I know you're going to like this angle. It's a betting angle, and it's from the press conference today that Chris Collinsworth just did. NBC Sports just did, like Tirico and Collinsworth were just here taking questions. And my buddy of mine just said, I got a scoop. He goes, I got a scoop for you, Morency. Credit me. I'm the one that did it. So I'll get you on the other side.
That's coming up. You're on the grid.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
Completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe. Gabe in San Francisco, site of Super Bowl 60 and the Pro Bowl game, the flag football game, which is going on. We'll keep you posted on that. NFC just scored, so it's 8-0. Dak Prescott, a touchdown pass. Not much effort, I must say. If you don't like the NBA Pro Bowl or All-Star game, you might not like this one because it's really kind of like goofy. But what's your betting?
No, they try,
great
Scott.
angle that we have. What's that?
They do try in this flag stuff. They do try. You know what's crazy? Because they actually try hard in the flag stuff. And to me, it's more dangerous. You're doing these like hard cuts. You're running hard routes. You could easily tear an ACL or something without getting tackled, as opposed to the Pro Bowl where you're kind of half-ass tackling. I actually think the flag game is like more dangerous somehow, to be honest. Remember Robert Edwards at the Patriots years ago? Remember?
Yeah.
Poor kid shredded his knee playing beach football at the Pro Bowl. Or had a little stupid beach game like thing. Yeah. And he ended up shredding his knee. So it can happen any time. But with flag football coming into the Olympics, guys, NFL guys want to be in it. And there's not enough room for everybody.
Yeah.
So showing that you could, Jalen Hurts would be great. He'd be a good quarterback for this. Because he's kind of mobile. I think Kyler Murray would be good. Mahomes wants to do it. He put his name out there. He said, if they'll have me, I'll do it. But maybe they think I'm too old. It'll be fascinating to see how it plays out. But speaking of Mahomes, there's a prop out there. BetOnline has it. A couple other sports books has it. And I know you love these ones, Scott. And it's basically the will they say this on the broadcast?
Right.
Right. Will they say this on the broadcast? So let me get this Super Bowl props. Super Bowl NFL futures. So the prop is, and it's only like it's like minus 120. I want to get you the exact odds. That's what I'm trying to pop up here. But will Chris Collinsworth mention Patrick Mahomes' name once during the broadcast? And somebody said to him, my buddy said to him at the press conference, there's a prop out there. Are you going to say Patrick Mahomes' name during the broadcast on Sunday? And he goes, I didn't really think about it. He goes, now that you planted it in my head, I probably will. So there's another one. And it doesn't have to be Collinsworth, just will. It has to be Tirico or Collinsworth, obviously, like during the broadcast. Will they say the term 12th man? Will they say 12th man for the fans?
Right.
It's plus 130, Scott, at BetOnline right now.
Really?
Come on. You're telling me after a big play that they're not going to show the fans, like, oh, they're one of the best fan bases in the league, the 12th man in attendance on the road to the Super Bowl. Come on. It writes itself.
Yeah. Even if
I'll get you the exact odds here.
I like that. All right,
here it is. Okay, broadcast. Here we go. There's 78 of them, Scott, so I got a lot of them here.
Wow.
Chris Collinsworth, will he say Emin wore his name wrong? That's funny. They have what prop color of dildo thrown on the field? I don't know. Is someone going to – it's not Buffalo. That would happen in Buffalo. Yeah. They got some wild ones here, but let me, how many times will Tom Brady be shown?
At the WNBA. Okay. Will they show Brady?
I'm trying to find the 12th man here. So the 12th man, basically, it's plus 130. Those are the odds. Will they say the 12th man during the broadcast? Plus 130.
Yeah. That's a good, I know it's goofy and I wouldn't put my mortgage on it, Gabe, but you're right. The moment Seattle scores, or heck, during introductions when they're going bonkers.
It swung, Scott, to minus 150. People are hitting it.
Oh.
Let me throw some of them at you. No, dude, they're moving, because I'll tell you what, I just saw this. Yeah, minus 150, still good. Mac Hollins, the dude, he always walks in barefoot. Yep. Well, Mac Hollins arrived to the stadium barefoot, was minus 500 earlier. That's minus 1,500 now. I like this. Gender of unauthorized person streaker. Male, female, non-binary. Plus 450.
Try to prove it was non-binary. How are you going to...
I'll take non-binary, please. I'll take...
Right, how are you going to...
How many... okay.
disprove that?
Oh, Scott. Oh, come on. This is free money. I'm going to see what the max bet is. How many times will the term JSN be said? Over 2 times, minus 175. Under 2 times, come on, bro. He's going to be said like 6 times.
5 or 6, yeah. Every time he makes a reception, it's going to be that.
They're maxed out at $43 on the bet. That's the max bet. JSN,
43.
come on. Collinsworth ain't going to. Collinsworth's going to be set all night.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Midway through hour number 1 on this terrific Tuesday. Little NFL preview. NFC scored again, 14-0. I thought they went for 2 and got it, but somehow or another it's still only 14-0 unless my TV is especially slow or they didn't
I'm not going to get to 110, Scott.
Well,
I need the AFC to start scoring. Takes 2 to dance. Yeah. Come on, Shador. Yeah.
Come on, Shador.
Old man
Flacco. Throw the ball. Old man Flacco. Unbelievable. Let's talk the games in San Francisco side of the Super Bowl. Let's welcome in our good buddy, Joe Osborne. He covers the Super Bowl for Covers.com, one of our favorite gambling sites, Covers.com. Okay. What's going on, Joe? How are you tonight?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, good to see you,
appreciate
it. Let's start
didn't I see you last year in New Orleans? Or was it LA 2 years ago or a couple of years ago? Last year?
I saw you walking down the street, and I said, there's our guy. New Orleans, a very walkable city. I saw a lot of people just walking down the street. So, yeah, that was an excellent spot for a Super Bowl. I'm sure San Francisco will be good as well.
All right. San
Francisco's fun, but New Orleans was cool. They had the sportsbook and casino. Sorry, Scott, but that was a cool thing about New Orleans. Caesar's Sportsbook and Casino was right there, right next to the convention center. But on the plus side, San Francisco, you got a bunch of weed dispensaries next to the convention center.
There we go. There we go.
It's a trade. It's a trade. And, of course, fully legal in the state of California.
Oh, yeah.
Fully legal. Yeah, so we were just having some fun with all the exotic props and stuff like that. Listen, I'll put a few in the middle. I'll have some fun with this, like if I think I'm going to win. I'm not a big, national anthem, break, all this type of stuff guy. But some of them are just funny, man. The non-binary and some of the modern props that they will call for a guy's name up. I love these ones. But come on, you're telling me, and it's Bet Online is maxing you out at $43 on this. $43 US, guys. So you're telling me that they're not going to use the term JSN more than 2 times? Come on. It's a free pizza. It's $43. Free pizza money.
Yeah, it's very easy to say as well. It just rolls off the tongue. That's kind of his nickname, right? So yeah, absolutely. That seems like a good spot to put a little sprinkle on for sure. You know, I love the novelty markets. When I was getting into the industry like a total bozo, I'd be betting the coin toss. There's no value in that, but the one I love
done
more
it.
than
No, Joe. I've done it. I'm not above it. I'm not above it.
We've all done it.
The one I
I'll
love
do it this year. So guilty as charged. I don't go crazy. Once I put 500 on it, I was like, nah, what am I doing? Like, it's a little bit much. So now I just sort of,
crazy.
I'll do a token $100 to sort of $100
the
get the game going, you know?
Yeah, what's the analysis for the coin toss? You think either side is due? Maybe that's
You
just
know what? No, it is incredibly
today.
streaky. It is
AFC's
streaky,
won the
Scott. Yeah,
last
you have
5.
numbers here?
Yeah, they won the last 5 the AFC. After like the
Oh, there you
NFC,
go.
I
Wow,
think
see?
dominated.
Come on,
So,
Joe. It's the best
yeah,
bet in sports.
we got it.
Osborne, get it together. 5
5 in a row, man. Who cares what it is?
So, hey,
5 in a row is 5 in a row.
all kidding aside, Seattle will call the coin toss, right? So they're the road team. They're
Okay.
going to get the call.
What we need
They've
to find
scored on
out is
both
how
their
many
drives,
times
opening
has Seattle
drives in
deferred.
both playoff games.
Yeah, I'd like to
Yeah, I
find out how
know.
many times Seattle deferred. You know, so whatever.
I
If
think
you
they
play
both
like
defer.
first down,
looking into.
yeah, they might. Right? They might. We got to figure that out. Someone that's watching us, let us know if you have the numbers on how many times Seattle and New England have deferred if they won the coin toss. So where you go with this one, Joe? As far as we'll start at the top, New England plus the 4.5 or Seattle laying a 4.5?
I definitely lean Seattle. I have a much stronger feel for the total. I love the over, but let's talk about the side first. I definitely lean towards Seattle. I think they have much more depth. I think they have more ways to score, and they obviously do have the better defense. Now, I don't buy into the angle of the Patriots have had such an easy path to get here. Yes, they have had an easy path to get there. It's not their fault who's in front of them on the schedule, though. And here's the thing. They beat the living crap out of a lot of the bad teams that they face, right? So the Patriots are absolutely a good team. And people think that there's a monster gap between these teams. I don't know about that. Did you see the teams that the Seattle Seahawks played down the stretch? The level of opposition from opposing quarterbacks? Let's take a look at the list here, guys. It's not very strong. Bryce Young, Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, Max Brosmer, Cam Ward, Jacoby Brissett. These are all guys that they faced in the final, I think, 2 months of the season. When they went up against an elite quarterback, an elite offense, the Rams easily went up and down the field on them. So that is the reason primarily why I like the over. I think the number's too low here at 45.5 for a couple different reasons. So the Seattle offense is absolutely on fire coming into this game. 72 points scored in their 2 playoff games so far. They also had some very high scoring outputs down the stretch of the regular season. As for the Patriots, one of the better offenses during the regular season, and I really think the scoring in their games, in their playoff games, has been impacted by extreme winter weather, frigid weather in New England. Those first 2 games with dome quarterbacks coming to town, Herbert and CJ Stroud, who absolutely stunk. And then, of course, the game in Denver when there was a snowstorm in the second half. So the Patriots offense, they have a high ceiling for scoring as well. 26 or more points 13 times during the regular season. So I do think that they can contribute to the scoring here as well. So I like the over quite a bit, and I would lean Seahawks on the side.
I saw a bet earlier in the day. Both teams to score 20 or more points, Scott. I remember you did the 15 or more in the college. What do you think about that, Scott? 20 or more points for both teams. I'll get the odds up here.
Yeah, New England offense. You wonder about that, but I would, realistically, you're looking for 50 points then, right? Unless you actually have a 24-20.
That's what I've got, guys. My loose. I'll do it later. Final Friday will be the final score prediction day, but I got like 31-20, 30-21. I keep coming back to that same range, Joe and Scott. Over for I get to like 50, 51.5 type of deal all the time.
Yeah, you like the over, Joe?
Yeah, I love the over. I think the game sets up very nicely for Drake May as well. I like the over on his passing yard number, 220. This is a very modest number, guys. He went over that in 14 of 17 regular season games, averaging almost 260 per game. And I really do think that
like you said, Joe, he didn't need to throw against Houston. He threw for a ton of yards against the Chargers. He got sacked, and then you had the Denver game, which was an outlier. As you stated, I'm all over it. I think both. Like everyone's talking, Kenneth Walker's going to run the ball. Kenneth Walker's going to catch the ball. They're going to throw the ball. They trust Sam Darnold. He's going to throw the freaking ball, and he's going over 227.5. But sorry, Joe, I just want to jump in. Go on.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Drake May is going to look like an MVP once again. And, everyone criticizes that level of competition for the Patriots. And like I said, look at who the Seahawks defense has needed to face during this stretch of the regular season, guys. I'll name them again. Bryce Young, Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, Max Brosmer, Cam Ward, Jacoby Brissett. Of course their defense is going to look fantastic. So I think it's a really good spot for May to kind of get back into form, playing in the extreme winter weather. Obviously, it's going to be decent in San Francisco. So with that in mind, and you just mentioned you like the over on Sam Darnold. My SGP, I got cooked up for the game. I like the over as well. So let's slap a couple more points onto it. 49.5 over on that. And both quarterbacks to throw for 250 or more. Plus 625 odds on that one would be a parlay that I like for the game quite a bit.
Okay, that's not bad. Why 49 going to have? Why a little higher, or no? That's you don't want to press your luck, right?
Well, I just think the number's too low. I think that it's being held down because you will look at the Patriots, their playoff scoring in their games during the playoffs, and the Patriots playing a lot of low-scoring games. That wasn't really the case during the regular season. Look at them and their opponent during the regular season. A lot of games where they combined for 50 points. Guys. Yeah, and you saw the Rams go up and down the field on Seattle quite easily. Yeah. So, I think I wouldn't be surprised to see them cross that 50-point mark.
Joe, great job as always. Check out all his work, all the plays, and everything else. Covers.com is his home, Joe Osborne. Joe, great job, man. Appreciate it.
Joe.
Do it again soon.
Thank you, guys. Best of luck with your bets, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
Hi, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Thanks again, Joe Osborne, Covers.com, joining us, giving his plays. You're doing all my notes today. Scott and Gabe gave out in San Francisco, obviously. So doing my notes today, some of this stuff can just kind of pile on. And eventually you get worn out with some of this stuff. But I will say that Seattle and New England are two of the slowest teams to run a play. Like their average is right around 30 seconds to run a play. And then they're also that they run the ball the most. Two of the top 5 teams that actually run nearly as many as they pass. So it adds up to like under. Here it is. Pats have a play every 28.8 seconds, Gabe. Seattle, 28.6 seconds. That's the third and fourth slowest. And then Seattle has a running play 50% of the time, which is the second most in the NFL. Patriots, 48%, which is the fifth most. So I could see where people would say, okay, then that's going to lead to an under, but you need one fluky touchdown, one fluky drive, and the thing pops over the 40, 5.5. So,
like you said, Scott, it's overwhelming, and you get a headache. I'm sure you get the same thing, like where you see something and you can't find it again after, and you're like, oh, and you're scrolling, and you're like, oh, was it under that prop or this sheet or this? There's so much. I'm scrolling right now, and it's driving me crazy that I can't find the odds for both teams to score freaking 20 points. Right now, but this is a page here that you would like. They've got a bunch of type of stuff. All right, will there be a kickoff return for a touchdown? Plus 1,400.
I'd like a little more than that.
I was going to ask you, is that enough?
Truth. Yeah, I'd like
75-yard receiving touchdown to be scored, 22-1. I'll tell you what, that was 33-1 earlier in the week. I was looking at that one. Now it's 22-1. That's just sort of you bet it and you hope for the best. A freak play, whatever. Trevion Henderson pops a screenplay. Shaheed pops one, whatever. You know what I mean? DB falls down. Somebody's wide open. 60-yard field goal to be scored in the field goal in the Super Bowl. Plus 1,200. That's worth it.
That's worth a shot.
That's worth it at 1,200.
Yeah.
The long field goal prop is only 48.5. And it's not, we're in California. It's a little windy. It's not that bad. It's pretty nice, actually. It's unseasonably warmer than it normally is here. Any kickoff, all right. Any missed kick to hit the post or crossbar? Yes, plus 500. Man, you love the goofy ones.
That's it?
Plus 500 for a doink. Yeah, you figure. Plus 500, yes. I'd want more, too. They're pinching us, huh? Come on.
Well, is it plus 500, which is 5-1, or is it 500 to 1?
No, it's plus 500. So no is minus 800. Yes is plus 500. You bet $100, you get $600 back.
Oh, I need more than that for something to hit the crossbar. You know how rarely that happens? I know it happens.
Or the goalpost. It hit the post or the crossbar.
Yeah, I need more than
Basically, will there be a doink? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Any non-QB to throw a touchdown is 10-1. Any offensive lineman.
Boy.
Any offensive lineman. This is one that you'll like. This is a funny one here, actually. Will history repeat itself?
Scores?
Will Seattle throw an interception from inside the 1-yard line? 150-1.
Oh, I would do that. See, that's the kind of stuff I want. Like, if I'm going to play something.
Yeah, you had 150-1. Can you imagine if they were on the 1-yard line and they said, screw it, we're throwing it. Yeah, we're going to throw. We're not. I don't care about, we're throwing it. Like, and it gets picked off.
We're going to get even.
Tipped.
Yeah.
It gets tipped on the line or something. Yeah, it's 150-1. This is a fun one. This is one interesting. So I didn't really realize this, guys. This is an interesting side note about the game here. Jackson Smith-Njigba needs 35 yards in the Super Bowl to become the third youngest player in NFL history to gain 2,000 combined yards, regular season playoff included. He's going to join Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. So he needs 35 yards to do it. When will he surpass 35 yards, Scott, in the Super Bowl?
Ooh.
First quarter, plus 225. Second quarter, plus 135. Third quarter, plus 450. Fourth quarter, plus 600. Overtime, 80-1, not to reach. So basically, JSN to have 34 or less receiving yards is plus 1,600. I think the second quarter is a play here, Scott.
That's the most logical one, right? Listen, he could get that in one reception first quarter, but I like the philosophy of New England's going to take him away. and let the other guys beat you. But eventually he's going to get his numbers. That's why that's the lowest one. But I'd go the second quarter.
How about this one? Both teams to score on their opening drive. The Super Bowl is, started with a scoring drive from each team 7 previous times, most recently in 2023. So it doesn't happen all the time. So it's only happened 7 times, 2023. Last one. Patriots had 10 opening drives this season, 4th most in the NFL. Seattle opened up both of their playoff games with a scoring drive. We get 3 plus 375 on this one, Scott. Could be 2 field goals. Could be 2 field goals. First drive of the game, they both need to score.
Do they offer a no on that?
No. There's no.
Yeah. I have a general rule of thumb that I break all the time, mind you. But I don't bet on props that I can't bet no on. Well, I break it, all the time,
Oh,
but
here's one.
I like to have that no angle because they realize they're giving you a bad line.
No, some of them you can bet no, but this is actually called, it's listed under the Elias Sports Bureau bets. So you'll notice there's all these sort of historical things about it. How about this one? I don't see how this doesn't cash. Any running back on either team to have a rushing yard touchdown of 4 yards or fewer, minus 125.
Wow.
And you're getting every running back in the game. He's got to be a running back. Got to be a running back.
So it can't be Drake May or obviously Sam Darnold or
No,
one of the wide receivers.
No, it's got to be Travion Henderson, Rahandre Stevenson, Kenneth Walker, George Halani.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Dude, the running back prop touchdowns are all low to begin with, Scott. So, put it this way. Kenneth Walker is in that range to score a touchdown. 4 yards if we're in, I think there will be, personally.
Yeah.
We could hit more of them on the other side, but.
Yeah, there's one that's 1.5 yards as small as touchdown. You're actually getting like 3.5 yards on top of that, realistically. All right, more coming up in Game Live.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe closing out hour number 1. How about a little late night pickoff? We'll do it here because we got a guest coming up at the top of the hour. Kyle Sopp from PF and S&N joining us. So I'll do a little late night pickoff. I'll start in the NBA. I'm going to grab Golden State laying 3.5 against Philadelphia. 76ers played last night. They were terrific. They beat the Clips. But that means, Gabe, probably no Embiid, or if he does play, he's going to be limited. Who knows what's going on with Golden State with all the trade rumors. I get that. It's a very difficult time. NBA is never easy anyway. This is especially difficult. But I'll take Golden State at home, laying 2.5, 3.5 against Philadelphia.
Yeah, you know what? This game is here, obviously, right? It's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And I saw a bunch of I've seen Sixer jerseys. Whatever reason, I saw a couple of Knicks fans walking towards the arena. So yeah, there's a buzz about the basketball game tonight. Like I said, I could have went to the game after this, but no, tomorrow, Scott. San Francisco Dons and Loyola Marymount, baby. Can't wait.
Nice.
That's the game I'm going to. I've been to enough NBA games. I want to go to a Loyola Marymount San Francisco game. So I'm not going to be here tomorrow night, and the Olympics start tonight. Just for the record, they're starting like overnight in the morning, and the Olympics actually are starting. The opening ceremony is Friday. We got events, so I'll throw out a couple of bets here right now. Women's ice hockey. I'm not going to be here tomorrow night on Wednesday night. I'll be on Media Road during the day doing stuff, but I won't be on the show tomorrow night with Scott. And the women's hockey will be starting overnight tomorrow night. So I'll throw it out there. USA to win gold medal, Scott. It's USA and Canada, bro. They played in 6 of the 7 Olympic finals, 23 of the 24 World Championships. It's a 2-team race. And the USA are better than Canada now in women's hockey. Canada are older and USA are younger. They played 4 games that they take seriously, called the rivalry series leading into this to get ready for this. USA outscored them 24-7. USA women will win the gold medal in women's ice hockey. -140. Book it. USA wins.
Yeah, I like that one, Gabe. We can talk more about. I looked it up. You're right. You know, there were a couple 4-1 scores, but this was just 2 months ago. This wasn't like last year. This was in November and December. So I don't know how that's as strong of a play on paper that I've seen in a long, long time. So I agree wholeheartedly with you with that. That might be a really major major play for me. My next one, I'm going to grab Anaheim. I'll take the Ducks at home. -140 against Seattle. Kraken, a weird team. Up, down, and they are up right now. They're 5-1 their last 6. They've beaten the Anaheim 10 of their last 13 as well. But, the Ducks have been pretty bad. So now this is a different Ducks team. They're 8-2 their last 10 as Anaheim. Give me Anaheim laying the -140 at home against Seattle.
Another event that's starting overnight, guys, and I've been talking a lot about this one, mixed doubles curling. Mixed doubles curling. The team from Italy won the gold medal last time. That was the first time that they did it. So they won the gold medal last time. They didn't lose a single game. So they went 11-0. They just did like this called the Grand Slam. It's called, but it was basically the World Championship Grand Slam event. They went 11-0 again. They're 22-0. And, oh, yeah, the Olympics happen to be where? In Milan, in Italy. They've never lost a single, round, match before. They're invincible. And they're only -118 to win a gold medal because nobody bets on mixed curling doubles events. So, give me Italy, baby. Yeah, I am. And we've moved the number, actually. At some spots, man, I swear to God, I saw it -170 today somewhere. I'm like, oh, my God. I really moved it because I was talking about this on a couple of big shows and stuff. I went on a big gambling podcast and gave this last week. So it has moved, but you can still get it as low as -118. Scott, I parlayed them together, buddy. I'm not lying. He's talking about a big play. That was my parlay. I did the USA to win gold medal in women's hockey, Italy to win the mixed doubles curling, Seattle Seahawks money line, and over in the football game. Pays 8-1, 9-1 type thing. 750, whatever it was, 780. So I'm not much in on it. I'll just throw it out there quickly. USA women's hockey are going to be playing overnight tomorrow night. I think they're going to win by 4 or more. And I think Sweden are going to win by 1.5 or more. They're going to win by 2 or more against Germany.
All right. I got one more here. I'll throw you. I'm going to grab Grand Canyon. Don't do this too often, but I'm going to lay 24.5. Grand Canyon's taking on Air Force. Air Force has completed the daily double. They suck on the court, and they suck with the boys in Vegas. It's not easy to do that. You got to be really bad to be winless in conference play, only 3 wins and only 6-14-1 against the spread. So even with the spread, they're god-awful. They're losing games by 30, 35, 40 points like it's nobody's business. It starts at the top of the hour. Give me Grand Canyon lead at 24.5. All right, hour number 2 coming up next.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl, so I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. We got football, believe it or not, little flag football. AFC threatening again. One's down 14-0. Now leading at 16-14, and they got a first and goal with our guy Shedeur Sanders in there for the AFC. How about that? Let's talk a little football. I am here in studio. Gabe is in San Francisco. Let's welcome in Kyle Shoppy, betting senior analyst at PFNSN. Mr. Shoppy, how are you tonight, my friend? How are you? Appreciate you stopping by.
You're right. I got money on mixed curling double starting in a couple hours. We're on top of everything here, Kyle. I got money on the Pro Bowl. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Norway to win the most medals. That's another sort of stone cold lock.
That's a
Just
lock,
to throw it out
right?
there.
Yeah.
Just put in context, Scott. They won 10 more gold medals than Germany last year in the last Olympics. How the hell are Germany to close the gap of 10? And oh yeah, by the way, Norway have won the most gold medals in the last 3 Olympic Games.
Wow.
They're dominant. They're dominant.
What are the odds on that?
They're going to win the most gold medal again. It's like, it's depending on your book, like minus 145 to 170 area type thing.
That's not bad. That's reasonable, right? I don't know what
Germany's the only team that has like a chance, Kyle and Scott, and Germany won't do it. Like it's a lock. Like it's good parlay material if you want, or play it outright. But dude, there's a million cross country skiing events and all that. They win them all. Like they dominate. Like all the Nordic events, they just own it, man. Like I said, it's been 3 consecutive Olympics that they've won the most gold, and they had 10 more than the nearest country last time.
So who needs the Super Bowl? We got downhill skiing, right? Kyle, where are we going with the Super Bowl? Who's going to win, and then more importantly, who's covering the spread?
Plus money on that, so I'm with that. If you want to go that avenue, I do think Seattle wins and covers this number. I've got Seattle 27-17, so that's a win and a cover. Right around the over-under there, I guess. I got 44. It's going 45, 46-ish. But yeah, I think Seattle's too much. Sam Darnold can do enough to get this game home. I like what they offer on both sides of the ball, obviously, and we've seen Sam Darnold, fourth best quarterback in the league when it comes to play action. If they can get Kenneth Walker going just a little bit against this run defense, I think that opens up a lot. And Seattle, I don't want to say it's sweat-free, but I don't think we're sweating this one down the stretch.
All right. Any props you like?
Yeah, it was my first click, and it really hasn't moved. So either I'm wrong or the market's wrong here. Usually that doesn't mean great things for me, but I had Kenneth Walker under 18.5 first quarter rushing yards is my best play. I mean, you're looking at what, a maximum of 10 to 12 plays for Seattle in the first quarter. Say half of them are rushes, so you're looking at 5 or 6. George Halani gets a carry in there, so 4 or 5. Is he going to average 5-ish yards per carry against the best run defense in the league since Milton Williams has been back? I don't think he does. I think you're looking at more like a 4 for 10 kind of line. I think that dips under 18.5 rather easily, 17.5 in some books too.
I see you got Cooper Kupp up there at 3.5. So are you going with the alternate number because it's 2.5, but it is starting to get up there, right? It's like same thing depending on your book. When these props guys, like I've seen Cooper Kupp earlier in the week, it was like minus 140, and I loved it, Kyle. Over 2.5 for Cooper Kupp. I see you got 3.5 there for Cooper. I am expecting them to have 4 or 5 catches in this football game. I think he's going to be a nice safety valve, a guy with big game experience that Darnold and the Seahawks are going to trust when JSN is multi-covered all the time. So what do you think of Cooper Kupp? You're going over 3.5?
Yeah, over 3.5 at plus money. You can lay a lot of juice at under 2 or over 2.5. So it's how you want to play that one. But he has had 4+ in both playoff games. He's caught his last 6 catches, all on third down. So if they're going for the money down, we don't need yards. Like, I'm not touching his yards. If they can get him a screen pass here or there, pick up a 3rd and 3, these older receivers, they know how to move the chains and get those grabs. And if this game's as close as everybody's saying, I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities there. And you're talking 4 or 5 catches. I only need like 5, maybe 6 targets. Like, he's an efficient receiver that can move the ball here, and he's not going to see Christian Gonzalez when he lines up because he's going to be on JSN. So I'll take my chances here. An efficient 5 to 6 targets gets us home.
Always dangerous playing unders in some of these props, Kyle, but you don't have any problem with Diggs' longest reception under 16.5 yards?
No, I just don't see it. I mean, I get that he's a part-time player. The thing that worries me here is if I'm picking Seattle, that means I think New England's playing from behind. Game script could come up and get us. Right. But he's run 83 routes this postseason. He's got 17 targets, and his longest catch is 14 yards. So he hasn't gotten there yet. His average depth of target is down more than 3 yards from where it stood during the regular season. And I don't trust him to pick up yak yards in bulk either. So I think, if anything, maybe he goes over in receptions, but I don't think any of them are distance.
Me and Scott were just talking about both teams to score on the first drive.
Yeah, exactly.
And I see you've got up there both teams to punt on the first drive. The opposite, to punt. To punt.
I want to hear your guys' thought on that. My general thought is these games are played cautious and both run defenses are good. So if they're going to be running into brick walls,
what are you getting for that?
I'm getting 330 for both teams to punt. I don't think either team turns the ball over much.
That's pretty good odds. I don't mind the odds.
Yeah, I think you're going to lean into it, and you either go both score or both don't and chase the plus money. I didn't like the odds for one to punt. They were heavily juiced. But you put them both together, you figure you get a first down, you're already at the 40-yard line. You punt, you get them down inside the 10, 15-yard line, 3 and out, or maybe a first down here or there. I don't think there's going to be a ton of spike plays, which is what gets me here. So if you're behind the chains, go ahead.
Seattle have been the aggressive one, Kyle and Scott, right? You look at the playoff games. They went for the jugular on the first drive. Boom, boom, throwing the football and scored quickly.
Yeah.
Right? So I think they'll do the same thing. I think New England will be more cautious. Drake May, youngest quarterback since Dan Marino started a Super Bowl. Vrabel's conservative to begin with. He doesn't want to dig a hole. He knows this isn't Stidham and company. He doesn't want to dig a hole. So I could see maybe, if that's what, like, Scott, if I had to guess, like, all right, if you had to pick who's going to score the first time they touch the ball, I'd say Seattle more so than New England would.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'll agree
Especially
with you
when
there.
Drake May plays, right? The last thing they want to have is Drake May on the first drive throw an interception. The kind of same thing with Seattle with Sam Darnold, but I think even more so because, right?
Plus, he's been sacked 15 times, guys. I don't think that's being talked about enough, Kyle and Scott. I'll throw it to you, Kyle, on that.
Well,
Drake May's been sacked 15 times, and he's been lit up in the playoffs. Like, people have been forgotten about this. Their offensive line cannot protect him.
No, and I don't think Ramondre Stevenson really scares defenses enough. He's not bad. He's good for 3 yards and a cloud of dust. But if they could get Travion Henderson to open up some of those big plays, but they haven't been able to do it all season long, except for that one game where he had all the huge yards when everybody benched him in fantasy. But if they can't respect that and they don't respect anybody over the top, I mean, unless it's Kayshon Boutte, why are you not bringing the heat when it comes to Drake May? And Seattle's a low blitz, high pressure team. So if they bring heat, they're going to get there quick and in a hurry. I'm with you there. And a sack puts you behind the chains, puts us in a good spot for this double punt start.
I tell you why I like that second or that last one that you have on our list here, Kyle. Second half to be the higher scoring half. Usually you pay a premium for that.
Yeah.
If you're getting that at minus 110, that's a pretty good bet because generally second halves are more higher scoring than first halves.
Yeah, I was surprised with the juice, too. It's kind of been a narrative going on for 5 years now with the Super Bowls, but the books aren't buying it, which I'm kind of confused about. Since 2000, you're talking 5.9 fewer points per game in the second half, or in the first half than the second half. We don't need it by that much. We just need a point. I get that you lose on the draw. Like, that's kind of a pain, but the first and second halves during the regular season roughly net out to the same. But for whatever reason, the Super Bowl since 2000 have been wacky all over the place with nobody scoring in the first quarter and everybody pouring it on late. So I'll feed into that at a coin flip price.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, that's pretty good. Normally it's like minus 140, 150. Even sometimes bigger than that, believe it or not. So, Kyle, great job betting senior analyst at the PFNSN. Kyle Soppe. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate it, man.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
right, welcome back in-game live. Game day on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Me in studio. Gabe out in San Francisco, getting set for the Super Bowl, running it all down. Thanks again, Kyle Soppe, betting senior analyst over at PF and SN. I'll tell you, I do like that bet. I've not looked through it, and I'm not doubting him. But if you get that second half bet for higher points at Pick'em, that's, like I said, that's normally 150, 160.
That's been one of my go-tos over the years.
Yeah, I like that. Especially these two teams. I'm kind of leaning more towards Kyle's bet of both teams punting. I think they're going to be conservative to start. Neither team wants their quarterbacks who've been under a lot of scrutiny, Gabe, to throw an interception, right?
I'm going to say Seattle scores on the first drive, but New England doesn't. Yeah. Field goal. You know what?
Well,
that's my prediction. Seattle field goal. Start the game.
Yeah, that's the problem with punting. You only need 2 first downs. You get the ball at their 35-yard line. That's where the 55, 60-yard field goal
for
comes
a field goal. Like,
it's hard.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why that 60-yard field goal. Now, listen, I don't think either coach is in a hurry to go for a 60-yard field goal unless they have to. But 12-1, pretty good odds right there. I haven't found it. I'm getting frustrated. I'm going to try to find it. Well, I can't log in to Bet365 right now. So they don't let you fully see the menu and search things when you're not logged in.
Right.
But I've got access to other stuff, so I'm playing still. And I put a bunch of bets in it here. Today I was literally on the plane as we were taking off. Right before the phone was going to not work. I never put my phone in airplane mode, just for the record. Does anyone really do that?
Me neither.
No. I'm not putting my plane. No, whatever. I don't know. I don't want any problems with my phone.
We'll go back to crash. Yeah, and then we'll flip over. I can't call for help. No, I can't get my last rights here.
The airplane mode. I'm like, as if. Like, it was funny though. I said, "Hey, yo, how you doing?" Yeah, good.
He's yapping with somebody.
Who was that guy?
Yeah, you ever have someone walk up to you like, "Hey, how you doing?"
He just said, "Hey, Gabe,
bud."
he's surprised. Hey, Gabe, yeah." But like, I'm seeing the face, and I'm kind of getting a memory of like, I don't think he likes me, but he kind of just say hi to me. Like, who is that? God, it's gonna drive me crazy now. They're all wearing jackets.
I ran into a guy this weekend that looks.
God.
I ran into a guy this weekend that looks exactly like Dave Portnoy of Barstool. A spitting image. When I was doing some refereeing, he was like spitting image. I wanted to take a picture of the guy, and I asked him. I said, "People tell you look like he like stop." Yeah. He's been.
It's funny you say that. Today at the airport, I was waiting for my Uber, and I was sitting at a seat, and I'm outside, and it's whatever. I'm sitting, and it's waiting like 10 minutes for the stupid Uber to show up. But I get up and I look over and a bunch of dudes took my seat and stuff. Like, there was like 8 seats and stuff, but they were all pretty heavy set guys, like really heavy set. And I look over, I'm like, son of a bitch, man. These dudes, like, I can't squeeze in, but they just like, and they were the Barstool guys.
Oh,
that
really?
guy that does the show, like, the big guy that does the show with Portnoy was him. Right. It was him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what are the chances? And I looked over. I'm like, oh, God, yeah, it's the other guy from Bar. Like, whatever. Oh, I think it was the Minty guy. That's his name, the Minty, the Southern dude. It was him, the big heavy-set guy, a couple of the other ones. And I stood there for like 5 minutes. It was funny hearing them bitch about things and talk like and stuff. But yeah, it was like you said, small world, Skull. That's the thing of these events, right? You see everybody like, who the hell was that guy who's going to bother me?
Yeah.
What are you going to say though when someone says that? Who are you? What am I supposed to say? Hey, who are you?
You got to say, hey, bud. The bud is
I
the
sort of looked up.
universal
I wanted to
phrase.
look at the face as they pop up. Like, God, it's bothering me. All right.
Not to mention, he interrupts you right in the middle of a TV show. You're doing a little something here. He doesn't realize that.
He's like, hey, Gabe, I look up. I'm like, I think it's like he's a big executive. Like I said, like I got the feeling it was like, I didn't think this guy liked me, like type of thing. Like, I don't know. It's going to bother me forever, and I don't know if I'll ever know. So I'll have to
let me give you a guy's. I won't say who it is. I won't even tell you what his over-under is, but it's for receiving yards. And I'll ask you at the end, what do you think it should be? His last 9-10 games, 51, 69, 41, 23, 30, 64, 106, 9, 89, 49-28. So how many games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. His last 11 games, those are his numbers. His over-under, 26.5.
Stephon Diggs?
No, close though. Mac Hollins for
Mac
the
Hollins.
Patriots.
I didn't realize Mac Hollins had those type of numbers, I'll be honest with you.
Even got 51 last week in the slop against Denver. He still even got 51 yards.
He wasn't that good in Buffalo, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right? 26.5.
Wow.
And he's got an abdominal issue. So is that why the numbers are a little low? He's listed as questionable. He's playing, right? You know.
Yeah. He's playing.
Played last week, so that could have been 26
like I said,
that dude.
I'm on top of props too. I swear to God, I did not realize that Mac Hollins had those type of numbers, Scott, that consistently.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of, well, I shouldn't say that. He does. Last week, only 2. He's had 7, 4, 3, 2, 4, 6, 2, 7, 2, 2. In that,
what's Diggs' number now? Because what did Kyle say? What was Kyle's Diggs' pick? What was his pick? Under 16.5 longest reception?
Longest reception, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mess with that. Like, he could pop one. Like, no, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me too.
Thing with Diggs is he shows up in these big games, man. Like, he's not as done as people thought he was.
Yeah, and I think Vrabel likes him. I think he likes the veteran presence. Like, maybe sounds goofy to say, but maybe he's just saving him for like this. He hasn't had a great year. He's obviously
I get that feeling too, that this is the one where they unleash him. That if he never plays another game for us again, like, God bless him, whatever. Like, this is Stephon Diggs MVP. Think outside the box here.
You know, I bet you.
What is he to score a touchdown?
Remember, Gabe,
we got to get him to score a touchdown. He's never played in a Super Bowl before either, Scott. You know he wants in the end zone. Like, I'm playing Diggs to score a touchdown at plus 250.
And I honestly believe Diggs did the Patriots a favor by signing with them. Right? But Patriots won 3 games last year. This guy's trying to win a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, he didn't need to do it. I know.
Yeah, I think he could have a big game.
He's not this bad guy that people. Yeah, we'll talk about it on the other side.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Check it out. Maybe the coach will join us in a couple of minutes. We'll go over some of the NBA
crap,
plays.
Scott. So I just want to get to the score here. 38-28, the Pro Bowl. In-game total, 147.5.
You know what? It's got to slow down. There's about, a minute and a half left, minute left, right? They'll probably score at least one more touchdown. It's got to slow down. This is not the NBA, you're right? These guys got to get tired after a while.
I don't know,
like,
bro.
all right,
It's
let's
a
go
freaking
home.
flag football game. Like, I don't know if they're
This is
going to
taking
slow
too
down.
long, I mean, so what are we at? 66 points right now. You'll be probably 74 because they all go for 2. There's no extra points here. I mean, there are, but they're going for 2. So I got to figure, 160. I'd bet the under. I'll break a Cardinals betting rule, betting it under in an All-Star game.
So I'm going over, Scott. I already bet the over to begin with at a 109.
Well, I mean, the original over, yes. You think it's going to continue this pace second half? Although they're not, that's why I said they're not really trying, Gabe. They really aren't. I mean, they're trying, but they're not. You could tell speed, and it is super slow. And it's just they're just kind of going down the field, and then they kind of pick it up once they get into the red zone. And and the
You're
field's
right,
only
though.
50
It will get
yards
more
long.
competitive. It is true. Sort of like the NBA All-Star game in the fourth quarter where they start playing a little bit of defense. It just locked me, actually. Bet365 is awesome for in-game betting. Like, the bets don't, you know what I mean? I hate book, Scott. It's like, dude, if you're going to put freaking lines up in-game, take the damn bet. Like, don't, tell me, it moved a half a point and spin around for 10 minutes. And, it just gets frustrating, man. And an unnamed book. You guys have a good book, but your live in-game betting experience sucks. It's, it's always, it's like even for major stuff, NBA, NFL, it's spinning, no, new line, spinning. So I just tried to get it in. I couldn't get it in, and now it's locked. And now I'm like, all right, screw you. Maybe it is a bad bet. So I hate that.
I always try to say that, the Vegas gods are not allowing me to get this in. That means it's going to win. So then I
it's a
keep on
sign.
trying, right?
No,
It's a
I know. You
sign.
figure,
Okay,
with
I
our
got a
luck,
good
it's like,
bet.
I know it's going to win, and I'm going to get screwed. But maybe Lord Gambler's sending you a message. No, it's a bad bet. We're locking you out.
That's how a $50 bet turned into a $500 bet.
The Lakers and
I
Nets.
know. The Nets pathetic.
Dude, the Nets lost by 60 or something to the Pistons the other night on Sunday, right?
And they lost by 60 to the Knicks last week. So they've had 2 games heading into tonight. And now they're losing by 28 points, 26 points. And that's even like they're making a run. They're awful. I mean, I don't know what naked pictures the head coach there, Fernandez, has, but just brutal. It's weird. It's like they're up and down, up and down.
It's not the coach's fault, Scott. What the hell? You
I know that, but I know. It's they're actually 5-1 against the spread at home the last 6 games. But you look like they're either in these games or completely blown out. There's no middle with them. So, wow. 70. They were outscored 45-23 in the first quarter. I mean, I don't understand how you don't come out first quarter. The Lakers are in town. LeBron, Luka. You're not pumped up. It was 69-40 at halftime. It's just they are just the worst.
Now,
how's our Buffalo game? Our Sabres in Tampa Bay, 2 hottest teams in hockey, 1-1 entering the third. Yeah,
Canes up 4-3 on the Sens, 2-2 Flyers, and the Capitals. 1-1. That really goes to show something, doesn't it, about Buffalo? They're the real deal. Tampa, you could argue Tampa is as good as Colorado. Tampa, Colorado, whatever. That was actually my preseason prediction. Yeah, Tampa are the real deal, guys. And Buffalo are playing with them 1-1 right now. I know Boston were up 5-1, but I'm saying the Buffalo are no joke. This is real, Scott. They've won so much now that they played themselves into this thing for real. And remember, it was Cam, and it's funny because Cam always likes bad teams and underdogs, and he actually loves the Buffalo Sabres. Cam's been betting on the Sabres for the last 10 years, 15 years, and losing all the time. Now they're good. Right. He laughed at us when we said, what about the cup, Cam, for 70-1 for the Sabres? He was like, no. I don't know. You look at the Eastern Conference, Scott, they're playing as good as anybody.
Yeah, why not? This after they beat Florida last night. So not only are they
That's what I'm
beating the
saying.
hottest team or tied with the hottest team in
They
hockey,
beat the
have
Leafs,
to
the
that spot,
Panthers.
right?
They're playing. They're not scared of anybody.
Yeah. Again, you got to see what they do after the break. Worst time in the world for them with the break. All right, more
And they
coming
are
up in
from
Game
Buffalo.
Live.
We know how that ends.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England there. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Let's put the football aside for a second. A couple of major trades around the NBA. We got the trade deadline coming up on Thursday as well. So let's bring in the coach, our college basketball NBA betting analyst, Mr. James Young. What's going on, Coach? Got a bunch of moves today. We're still waiting for Giannis to get moved and maybe a couple of other big names. But, we'll start with, since I'm a Celtic fan, we'll start with the Vucevic trade with the Boston Celtics. Good, bad, or indifferent for you?
I think it's good for both teams. Let's be honest. Let's start with Boston first. After losing Al Horford, after losing Kristaps Porzingis, and even losing Luke Kornet, there was an obvious need for someone at the pivot. And Nikola Vucevic, who rebounds the ball well, who stretches the floor, it really will help. Now, he does not stop a nosebleed, but that doesn't matter. So getting him will help them. For Boston, if you look at guys like Gonzalez, guys like Jordan Walsh, guys have stepped up that have provided minutes. So they made Anthony Simons expendable. We always thought when the trade was made, Anthony Simons came from Portland, that this was going to be something which he could be flipped again. And he's flipped. What this does for Chicago is now you start looking at what they have done. And we can get to the next trade with that as well. They were stuck in the middle for years, Scotty. They had to, at some point, blow this up. They kind of went halfway when he traded, obviously, DeRozan and Levine a couple of years ago. Now it's full-out rebuild. Rebuild with Bazelis, rebuild with Josh Giddey. Anthony Simons is a high-level scorer who should help on the wing.
They don't know what the hell they're doing there. Let's just call it out for what it is.
It's Gabe, it's better than what they have been doing. I know. They were in so deep before. Exactly. It's just such a mess and bad contracts. Like,
They're like Sacramento of the Midwest. You know what I mean? Chicago. But what about the Cavs, coach? And look at the style of players that they brought in. You think of the Cavaliers as sort of being this scrappy, sort of tough type team. Now they bring in Dennis Schroeder and James Harden into this sort of mix now, clearly looking for some points, right? Some offensive punch. Do you like the new five of James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Dean Wade, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen?
No.
No, you don't.
I'll go with this first. I thought the trade for DeAndre Hunter, especially with the emergence of Jalen Tyson the last 2 or so months, it made sense to go get rid of DeAndre Hunter, a guy that got traded, I think, last year to Cleveland, and bringing in, I know you talk about Schroeder. I think a bigger key could have been Keon Ellis, who was a stopping defensive guard. They lost that with Okoro last year, so now they got a guard that can go play some defense. Now, let's get to the trade that everyone's talking about. And I want to ask you guys a question and know a lot about basketball. Tell me how James Harden, who is out of shape right now, how a ball-dominant point guard who doesn't play a lot of defense fit next to a small, undersized guard who needs the ball a lot in Donovan Mitchell. I don't see the fit. Like, I see the back of the basketball card and say, wow, James Harden. But to me, it's kind of like my whole thought process. And now,
remember,
of course,
Coach, Harden did rack up the assists before, right? Harden is good at adapting later in his career. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I would say he's been a little bit better at adapting his career, but think about when he played in Philadelphia, pick and roll with Embiid, right? Even playing with Kawhi is a little bit different, but it's because Kawhi's not an ISO guy. Spider's an ISO guy. So that's, unless you play the way Dallas
so you don't
did,
like it from a coaching perspective.
No,
huh?
I don't like the
pairing.
If you try and do it the way Jason Kidd did it with Brunson and Luka, we call first side, second side of the floor, ball screen, come off and pitch it, then I like it. But I'm not sure this is going to work.
Like LeBron and Kyrie. LeBron and Kyrie sort of work, but Kyrie didn't like it right at the time.
Yeah.
So,
and here's the other
LeBron
thing,
didn't
Coach.
mind, but Kyrie didn't.
And the other thing, the glaring thing is you're teaming one choker with another. I mean, let's call it out for what it is. Donovan Mitchell hasn't
You're looking to get over the top, Scott,
life.
and you're bringing in a guy that's never gone over the top.
Doesn't perform. Right.
Well, listen. Respectfully, James Harden does well until it's game 7. Like, that's when it's an issue. Listen, the East is wide open. Every team has got holes. Every team. Now, I do like what Detroit did with their trade, bringing in someone like a Saric, and I forget the other guy they brought in, to kind of help with their depth, right? Kevin Huerter at the guard position. And Jaden Ivey gets a fresh start in Chicago. But to me, every team's got holes. And at the end of the day, Cleveland had to shuffle the deck. I thought personally, you move Jared Allen, because I don't know if Allen and Mobley fit together when it comes to the playoffs.
All right. Ultimately, does Ja Morant and Giannis get traded before the trade deadline? And if so, where do you think they're going?
I think Ja gets moved. I think the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, and I'll say this really quickly, and I know we don't want to talk about Utah because who cares about Utah? Guys,
but they give up a lot.
They're yes, but now he's not worth 3 first-round picks. But they're sneaky young and good with Triple J, Lauri Markkanen. Obviously, Walker Kessler's out for the year. We've seen what Keontae George has done in his ascension this year. I still think Utah tanks a little bit because they want Dibanza. And there could be another move in the offseason when you move someone based on who you get, right? Meaning Dibanza or the guy they really want is Darren Peterson to put him in the back row with Keontae George. Now, when you look at other teams, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Ja, I think it's moved. They got a full rebuild. Giannis is
Miami
the
are the
one.
front runners, guys.
Miami
right now. That seems to be the buzz.
Minnesota's trade with Conley getting off the books. By the way, look for Mike Conley to be bought out. Look at a team like maybe New York, depending on what they do, because now there's problems with Deuce McBride and his ankle, what they're going to do. So to me, Conley shed salary. Minnesota becomes the team to watch because of the $28 million trade exception they got. They can use that in a way to go get a Giannis or a John Morant. And we know that both of those guys, or one of those two, would love to play with Ant-Man.
Utah won tonight. They don't, they're in the process of maybe screwing this thing up, Coach. You got the Nets with 13 wins, the Wizards 13, Pacers 13, Kings 12, New Orleans 13, and now Utah's got 16. You don't want to end up like
Utah's just worried about the protected pick. Scott, they're worried about the protected. They're top 8 protected, so that's their thing. Like, as long as they're
but
not.
But if they want Divanza, they're not going to get him at 8, though, right? I mean, he's not going to be around that long if they end up down there.
Right, and I think that's the thing you have to look at is to me, it's Peterson to me is 1, depending on who wins. Boozer, Dibanza, 2, 3. But I'll tell you this.
Let me, Coach, bring Peterson up, actually, because last night,
2 big shots.
You have to question. He's played 11 games. He's only played 11 games. He plays only 10 minutes in the second half. The cramps the other day, but man, his talent, as you saw last night, he basically single-handedly won that game, Scott, for them. Coming back late against Texas Tech. Peterson just took the game the F over, man, late in that game,
NBA
Coach.
shots, too, Gabe. NBA shots, too. They weren't goofy.
This guy is a bona fide 20-point-a-game bucket at the beginning of the season next year. Boozer, Dibanza are great, too. But I'm telling you right now, it's a guy in Houston named Kingston Flemings who could score like almost as good as Peterson and is starting to play defense because he's playing for Calvin Sampson. That's another big player that's coming up next year.
Coach, great job as always. Do appreciate it. Good luck with the plays tonight.
Thanks, guys.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2. Thanks to the coach, Mr. James Young, joining us as he does from time to time. A couple little things here, Gabe. We got to start the ticker running on our good buddy Mark Zinno's anti-Miami of Ohio. He said yesterday, well, I'm not making fun of him. Mark's a good guy. We enjoy having Mark on, right? But he said he was going to bet against Miami of Ohio on the money line every single game the rest of the way. So, and he's going to keep on doubling his bet. So Miami did win tonight. Sorry, Mark.
They're going to win.
They didn't cover. They didn't win, though.
No.
73-71.
No, so it's close. And people keep thinking now, wow, look how close it's coming. But it's been close for a couple of weeks, and they're not losing, and they keep winning. We're getting to the light at the end of the tunnel. My prediction is that they're going to run the table in the regular season, and they're going to get heartbrokenly screwed and lose in their conference tournament.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Then it'll be up to the committee. I really don't think.
Yeah,
listen,
and it writes the story, Scott. And the story writes itself for the media and everything, and the committee, right? Because they win, they're in, whatever. We need a little bit of a controversy and debate here about Miami, Ohio, whether they're going to get in with one loss or not.
Yeah,
it's
got to be like the football debate.
One loss.
Yeah, it's got to be like the football debate. Will a 28, whatever it is, 30-1 Miami of Ohio team get in over a 20-10 Kentucky team, or pick a big time program that's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 losses? That's what it's got to be.
We have 68. You get 68 teams in this tournament right now. We can't tell me they're not a top 68 team.
Right.
Like, they got to
find it.
But there's still basketball left to be played, but I think they are going to run the table in the regular season, personally.
Yeah. So 73-71. They didn't cover the spread, but that's not going to help those that are betting against them on the money line. St. Louis in a little bit of trouble. First half, 5 minutes left first half. Yeah, they're down 36-28 to Davidson. I played the over in that game, so that's definitely decent.
Of their first half, but it's kind of been a pattern. Remember last week they were down 10 to George Washington or whatever. I think it was George Washington, on the Friday night game, and they had to come back. St. Louis have spotted teams a lead quite a bit recently, and then frantically sort of come back after. Something to keep our eye on. Another one of these teams. They're not undefeated, but they are kind of overpriced right now, just because they don't lose that. They've only lost one game all year.
Yeah. Good start by Grand Canyon. At the Air Force just blows. Grand Canyon leads by 30 at the half, 48-18.
Wow.
That's why we were laying 24.5. They're just awful, Air Force. Man, stock's going to go up on Grand Canyon. You can check the ticker tomorrow on that one. 39.5 is the over-under. 141 if you want to play that one.
We get to the half. 44-36.
90 points or 80 points. 80 points. And I see NFC's got first
we're not
and
there
goal
yet,
already.
right? Yeah, exactly. So the second half just started. So we're into the third quarter already. Yeah. I got the original bet of 109.5. I'm a degenerate that just kept spinning on me.
Yeah.
So I know 109.5 in hindsight. I was like, man, I wish I slammed that thing.
Flag football game for a 50-yard field. I mean, you can have that a touchdown in one play.
When I saw, I was like, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Puka Nacua. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. Yeah. But as you brought up, Joe Burrow is one of the quarterbacks for the AFC.
Yeah.
So you got, it's an all, like, you got Burrow, Shedeur Sanders, 2 Browns, and a Bengal, and a Bengal. It's kind of a weird little mix-up.
You brought up a good point, though, Gabe. Like, these guys, they want to play in the Olympics. The Olympics is going to have, Summer Olympics is going to have flag football. And these guys really,
Joe Burrow
that's
is another one that's brought it up, actually, in the past, Scott. Now that you mentioned it, he brought up that he liked to do it, so that's why he's here,
Yeah.
Guys, the NFL has put $1 billion into flag football. $1 billion.
Wow.
You see all those ads on TV all the time? Flag football this, flag football that. Like, it's real. Like, they're investing. They got the Olympics coming up. Speaking of flag football, Scott, speaking of Grand Canyon, Arizona State, you can look up the schools, but Grand Canyon, Arizona State, Baylor, whatever, like big-time schools. It's like 12 of them are having a women's flag football tournament. Now, it's still intramural, so it's not, okay, this is a Division I sport, but it's going to be.
It will.
They're in the process. Yeah, they're in the process of doing it right now. Like, they're building a foundation of getting the team a good enough product and the players. Basically, the aim is 2030. So like that's not that far off, guys. Like
it's in all the high schools
put it
out
this
here,
way.
Gabe.
We're gonna be betting on women's flag football college games.
Yeah,
I'll be like, give me the Michigan Wolverine women's team +4 against Michigan State, whatever. Like it'll be the same thing. We're gonna be betting on this stuff, Scott. You follow youth sports and women's sports and kids sports. Flag football is booming, bro. Booming.
I'm telling you, it's on every not everyone, but it's in most of the high schools now in Long Island. Girls flag football.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like a big. Yeah, I don't doubt that. It's caught on. It's amazing.
Because the NFL too, it's international. This right, like they're good at Mexico flag football. In fact, I saw the Mexican team outside earlier today. Like it's big. Like they're good in Germany at this, and like I'm telling you what, man, the NFL is not going to have it as easy as they think they will. They don't do this. They're tackle football players, Scott. It's a different world, bro. Right? Yeah. It's like taking a bunch of NBA guys and dropping them in a 3-on-3 Olympic event. It's like, it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's like, we do this every day. It's sort of like long drivers, like the PGA guys or trick shot guys. You know what I'm saying? These flag football guys aren't a bunch of punks, Scott. They're good. They know what they're doing.
Believe I used to ref it, Gabe. I ref flag. Don't ask why. I ref flag football for a year. Right? We'd have all the kids. These were grown-ups too. All the grown-ups from Queens and the city used to come out to Long Island. If I had $1, I'm gonna tell you, for every time I heard the N-word, I'd be a rich man right now. I said, like, this is not, it's not for me. I mean, I'm too old for this stuff, man. Breaking up fights and end this and that.
I wouldn't want to be doing that. Yeah.
And it's hard. You'd be surprised. It's hard to see them grab the flag. I know it sounds goofy, but like, does he have the flag? He reached forward, but he's twisting, he's turning. I'm blowing the whistle. The guy's running for a touchdown. I'm like, oh man, I blew the whistle dead. Meanwhile, he doesn't have his flag pulled. It was disaster for a year. So, but it was fun. It was, but yeah. Oh my goodness, the fights.
Yeah, no, these guys take it seriously, as you saw. Flag football.
Yeah.
Don't laugh at this stuff, but it's more like the NFL too. It's international, and also they'll have their own like WNBA. They'll have a women's pro football league, but it'll be flag football.
Yeah.
I'll go to my grave convinced, by the way, if Sean Payton takes the field goal and goes up 10-0, maybe that's a totally different game and Denver's playing this weekend instead. So I'm not trying to bash New England. They obviously are a very good team. I just don't think they're a great team, and I felt like the winner of the NFC title game was going to win the Super Bowl. So I still feel, as we're days leading up to this game, I still feel like that's the case.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
David Tyree.
Oh, wow.
The 2008 Giants win against the New England Patriots, and the Tyree catch of the Plaxico Burress game-winning touchdown. That was the only other time in Super Bowl history where the betting public won money.
Wow.
How about that?
Wow.
The Craig Carton Show, only on SportsGrid.
He completed a pool bank shot at just 2 years and 302 days. His achievements make him one of the youngest double record holders ever. So let me summarize this for you without reading. He's 2 years old, and he's really good at pool. I mean, that is crazy. 2 years old! How is he doing this? I have no idea. So I guess we got to start training our youngsters to play pool. Okay, fair enough.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid. Heads or tails? Over or under? Seahawks, Patriots. Don't stress. SportsGrid breaks it all down.
They are locks. We can capitalize. We're going to see a ton of over money.
Props, expert guests, and smart insight leading up to the big game.
Oh my God, if Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl.
Only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in game live, game day here on the grid. Close it up. It doesn't matter if you sent them or not. Hey, Mike, you got a bed partner. We're talking in the break here about the poor Gabe's hotel situation.
Oh yeah. I was thinking on Friday night. I think I'll hit Sussman would like that. I'll just show up drunk.
Yeah.
I need to crash on the hotel floor. I got a little problem.
Sorry, Greg. What can I tell you?
I told him that earlier. I told him earlier. He goes, everything all right? I said, yeah, whatever. I said, they got me checking out on Friday morning. I said, it kind of sucks. I said, I'm not leaving till Saturday. But there was an issue. There was a confusion or whatever. And obviously it's too late. They told me too, I could book the room. It was $1,200. I was like, no. Like, I'll sleep here, Scott, instead of that. I'm not paying $1,200.
Right.
I'll literally sit here like for 8 hours.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, my plan Friday, whatever it is, I'll go out Friday night. I'll get drunk, and I'm gonna get in a hotel by the airport type of thing. But it's not ideal, like I said. There's always got to be a little drama. But I'm glad we got through it. Like I said, the internet was, it was good. So I heard guys all day here that it was perfect, like no problems. And then whatever reason, right around like 7:30, 8 o'clock when I came on, it got a little choppy for a second, but it really, really settled in, and we got through it. So good stuff, fun show tonight.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Good that you're there and doing some things for us there. So late night specials. I really didn't look too much late night tonight. I got the Golden State. It's up to 4.5. I'd be careful with some of these
Olympics,
NBA games.
Scott.
The Olympics, yeah.
Right?
By
Just
the
for
way,
the
I want to
record,
ask
the
you about this.
curling stuff starts.
Yeah, Italy curling to win the gold is -105 on FanDuel. Is that line surprisingly low for you? Because you seem to think that it's a slam dunk, right?
Yeah. Mixed curling. They're 22-0.
Yeah. Why is it only -105? No one's betting it. No one cares.
Yeah, and
But
plus
still,
also Canada are getting respect. Listen, people think Canada are great at curling. Canada have not won a gold medal in curling in men's or women's since 2014.
Wow.
Just to put in context. So the mixed doubles is the first one up. I really like it, Scott. I bet it individually. I put it with the Super Bowl. I've been putting it in stuff. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And like I said, I won't be here tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night, the women's hockey starts in the overnight hours type thing. 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 9 in the morning, whatever. Like the games will start, there's 4 games in a row. The U.S., bro, like they said, dig in deep. Listen, man, Canada are great at women's hockey. They've been the kingpins, the queens, right? They've won 5 of the 7 gold medals in the women's hockey in the Olympics since it's been put in the Olympics. But their team are all like mothers now. They're literally in their 30s. Like they're pro players in the PWHL, and they're really good. They're not like, they're not terrible. They're going to win the silver medal. But the U.S. team has 12 new players, Scott, like young, hungry 22-year-olds. And these girls fly around. They were too much for the women of Team Canada, as we saw. 24-7 in 4 games. You saw the scores.
Yeah, I looked at the scores. I looked it up. I read up about it. So FanDuel allows you to parlay that too. So if you parlay Italy to win the mixed doubles curling, and then USA to win the women's hockey, pays plus 221. I mean, for two seemingly overwhelming favorites.
If you throw the Seahawks on the money line into that, it'll turn into like plus 378 or something like that. That's what I did. I did that one.
Yeah, let me see. Throw Seattle money line, minus 235 on FanDuel. Yeah, plus 357.
Not bad.
You want to go that route. Yeah.
If you're betting Seattle anyways type of deal, right?
Right. If you like New England, then it bumps it up to 8.5 to 1.
Well, that's another story, yeah.
Well,
it's kind of fitting. Tomorrow night, I'm going to move the angle a little bit because I know we have the full shot of me, and you get a little Sam Darnold in here, but very Patriot-friendly show tonight. This is for our boy Mike in Boston, Mike Parsons. Shout out to our boy Mike in the chat. Yeah, look, you've got Drake May behind my shoulder all night. He's bothering me as a Bills fan. Tomorrow, we're getting Sam Darnold behind my shoulder.
We got to find a way to.
We're getting Seattle, or if it's not tomorrow, Thursday. I'll be here Thursday. Thursday, we're getting Sam Darnold.
Yeah. We'll have to even the score somehow, some way. That's for sure. We'll show pictures of New England, but we'll be betting Seattle. Maybe that'll be the winner.
Yeah.
So, all right.
What about Cooper Flagg, actually? He was at 16 earlier, I saw, like midway through the third. Let me just get a quick. They're playing the Celtics. What's the score now?
By the way, Buffalo just took a 3-2 lead over Tampa Bay. The Sabres
Wow,
might
the
beat
Sabres.
Florida and Tampa Bay back-to-back nights in Florida. Both games. You talk about a daily double. That doesn't
They're a dangerous team, man.
Yeah.
Got to take this team. I'm going to get a little future on this team, man. Yeah. I'm going to take them to win the Eastern Conference, not the Stanley Cup, the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, we'll get too greedy. Cooper's got 21 already. Cash the ticket.
Good.
From that.
Boom. Gotcha. Boom.